What's going on, everyone? It is Garrett and welcome to my 5 tips for beginner logo designers. Now, this is for beginners only. This is not going to be for anyone that knows what they're doing. This is basically people that are, just starting out. They want to get their skills, buffered up. They want to start trying new things. They want to get into logo design. If you already know logo design, I would probably either click out of this video or just watch, because some of the things may help you and it may make you better, but this is mostly dedicated for the beginners. So little disclaimer, just nodding that out right now. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I definitely want to talk about before any of this is a giveaway I'm doing. You guys can click it below here. It's gonna be in the description, probably with a first or second link. Doing a giveaway. I'm giving away some Adobe Moleskins and Adobe notepads. So you guys can use this for your sketching. You guys can use this for writing down video ideas, writing down scripts, writing down your notes, whatever it may be. You guys can use it. Just click on the Gleam link down in the description below. Sign up for the giveaway, and I'll be giving away everything at the end of the middle of next month. So, getting into this, let's talk about logo design. So the tip number 1 that I want to give you guys is going to be Adobe Illustrator. Now, don't be that kid. Don't go into Photoshop thinking that you can make it and get past all the clients by sending them PNGs and PSDs and stuff like that. As much as I think that people know what they're doing, a lot of the times I get client messages and client emails and they're sending me PNGs and JPEGs and PSDs of these logos when I need vectors for printing and stuff like that. So take the time, go onto Adobe Illustrator, try to learn the software. Some things I'd probably recommend learning is probably the shape builder tool and understanding, the controls, whether you're hitting like Control C and Control F or Control C, Control V, Alt, everything like that. I would recommend going into and learning. It's going to help you guys tremendously, especially when you're going to be getting into logo design. I can't stress enough how much I use that shape builder tool. Now, I do have a tutorial on that. You guys can click in the description below as well, but definitely recommend getting into the Adobe Illustrator right away. Don't try to slack off and do this in Photoshop. Adobe Illustrator is going to be the main logo design. It's for vectors, and if you want a video explaining vectors and stuff like that, I can make that definitely. But yeah, Adobe Illustrator, get that across. Tip number 2, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for people to understand. It's going to be letter breakdowns, and so you're going to see on screen somewhere around my face is going to be what a letter breakdown is. And basically what I want everyone to do that's starting logo design, or even people that do it already, is spend a day or two, get a sketchbook and start writing down a bunch of letters, and use rectangles to create them, then use circles to create them, and use random shapes. I want you guys to basically break down each letter to understand basically how it's made. And it goes for anything. If you guys think of an A, it's basically a rectangle that goes that way, a rectangle that goes this way, and then another rectangle that goes that way. Now, it might seem simple and be like, oh, but there's different ways you can create an A. You can make a rectangle go up, you can make a circle go around, and then a rectangle down, and then a rectangle across. So definitely sit down, try different variations of these letters. It's going to help you tremendously in basically anything you do with logo design. Recommendations, probably hop onto like a font website, click on some fonts and start sketching them down, and only use big shapes to create them. Don't basically sit there and go up and across and back down and go across again. It's not going to make you any better. Sit down there, take your time, definitely sketch out each big shape, and it'll help out so much with your logo designs. So that's tip number 2. Just break down the letters, understand how they're made, and that's going for every letter, every style you want to do. Just make sure you know that how they're created and basically why those shapes are there. Tip number 3. Now this is huge. I posted on Twitter. I was like, give me some suggestions what you guys would give to someone that's starting the logo design. You got one tip to give someone, and what is it? A majority of the people said sketching. Now right here I have there's 2 sketchbooks. Right here is a Moleskin, if it focuses. There you go. So that's a Moleskin. It's a big notebook. It's about, let's scale up to my face, about yay big, right? I got a big head, so take that into consideration. Take the Moleskin, go out and go buy a notepad, a Moleskin, a dotted paper, graph paper, basically whatever you can get your hands on that has dots or a graph, I would go buy. If you guys are familiar with Draplin, he created these things called field notes. Check those out. It's a little backwards, but you get what I mean. Inside these field notes, if I show you guys, it's going to be dotted, and you can see right there if my camera focuses. I can't really see it, but yeah, Moleskins, field notes, there's going to be links in the description to all of them. Recommend going and buying those. If you can't afford those though, that's a big thing. Some people don't have the money, some people don't have, the time to go out and buy one. What I recommend doing is going onto Google, typing in dotted paper template, and printing some of that. It works just as well. You're using your parents' printer instead of your own printer, or using your school's printer, library. You guys could basically find your own way to basically do this, but I recommend getting sketchbooks, Moleskins, field notes, dotted paper, graph paper. You can even go to your math class and ask for graph paper, and your teacher's not even going to think twice what you're using it for. So that's basically what I have for sketching. Now for tip number 3/4 is going to be sketching a lot and sketching different variations, and then also doing different variations. So let me get into this. So let me go grab my huge ass notebook and let me open it up to, let's say, this page. So when I sketch my logos, a lot of the time, it's gonna have to focus or something. Here we go. Bam. So right there you have a C logo, you have a C letter, you have a C letter. That's a C. On the back, you have, if it focuses, you got C, you got another C. So different variations and sketching. That's huge. You want to sketch as much as you can. I have these little field notes right here. I have them covered in sketches. So definitely take the time, sketch a lot of different variations. Sketch a lot to begin with. If you're not sketching logos all the time, then you basically don't want to do it. You gotta know what you want to do. There's tons of situations that I'm sitting there. And previously, before I got my iPhone back, I had a Note 8 with the stylus. I'd be sitting there at the gym, sitting there half awake, slumped like this. And then I'd get like a brainstorm idea of this logo. I'd grab my phone out, get my stylus, and I would literally do a stick figure logo and leave it like that. I'd go home, I'd sketch it in my notebook, and I'd vector it the next day. So basically sketch as much as possible. Use iPads to sketch, use your phone, use toilet paper, use notebooks, use school homework. Basically use anything you can. Any ideas that come in your head, go and do it, and sometimes it might be the best logo you ever created. But going off of that, once you finish your sketches, I want everyone to basically take those, put them into Illustrator, vector them, and then leave them in different variations. So what you want to do is basically make something, control and paste, delete something and add something and change something, delete, copy and paste, change something, copy and paste, change something. Do that over and over and over again, 10 times minimum. And 8 out of 10 times, I swear to God, that you'll find a logo design that's better than what your original concept was. And if you guys want a better video on this, Draplin made a really great video of basically showing how he does everything, and you're gonna see it on screen somewhere. He basically copies and pastes something, changes it, copy and paste, different variations over and over again, and that just helps tremendously. So that's basically tip 3 to 4 is sketching and variations. Now tip number 5 is going to be inspiration, and I can't stress enough, guys, inspiration. I'm in one of those kind of designer blocks, creator blocks, whatever you want to call it, and inspiration's everywhere. I can show you guys something right now. I grab my Note 8 box, that Note 8 typography right there, inspiration. A blue notebook is inspiration. I got a PS4 controller over here. Let's use that as inspiration. Basically, anything you can get your hands on. This controller, inspiration. Go make a controller logo. Use this. Tell me how it works. So basically, inspiration's everywhere. If you guys really need to get inspiration, there's websites everywhere. It's gonna be in the description. There's Behance, there's Dribbble, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's so much. There's even Google. There's so much that you guys can see and see what other people do. That inspiration will basically get you from here up to here, seeing how other people create styles, see what they do, and basically take that and develop it into your own designs. Never go out and copy something. That's gonna just be bad thinking, especially when you get into those big clients. You're gonna start copying stuff, and then it's gonna shit bricks when you get a lawsuit going on. So, inspiration, there's other ways to do it, guys. You don't have to sit there on your computer, clicking away, fucking eyes bugging out into that monitor. It's definitely not healthy. I'm, guilty of sitting here staring at 2 of those monitors, my MacBook's right here. I get so caught up in staring at things that I don't really get the time to, refresh. And it's really helpful if you guys, go out and do something, whether it's go on a hike, go on a walk, go walk down to the nearest bar or the cafe, or even go to the gym. There's inspiration everywhere for your designs, and that's basically my kind of 5 tips for people, for the beginners. I really hope, you know, this helps. Just keep in mind that you don't want to go out and copy people when you're first starting. Try to be original, and just understand if you're not good when you first start, that's okay. I'm not good. I was never good when I first started. I'm telling you, I used to sit there on my computer and make something and delete it, and make something and delete it, and make something and delete it. And it would be this reoccurring thing I would always do, just redo it and redo it. I never used Photoshop when I first started doing logo designs, or sorry, I never used Illustrator. I always used Photoshop. I'm guilty of it. Just honestly, take my opinion. Use Illustrator, use inspiration, do sketches, variations, and basically you guys will be okay. Now, I am going to be doing a more intermediate and advanced level of logo design tips, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this. For the beginners, keep going. Send me everything you guys got right now on Twitter if you guys do logo designs, whatever it is. And if you guys have any tips of yourselves, leave them in the comments below. I'm sure everyone's going to love seeing them. I love reading other people's comments, and I love getting messages on Twitter, on my email, and Instagram. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. 5 tips, easy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just understand, please don't copy, and just be original and have fun, and it's all about that. I hope to see you guys in my later on video, and it's been Garrett. Peace out.